If you want your life to create opportunities instead of waiting for them, I show you my system, which I call the possibility machine. I used it to go from military to theological extremes, to moving from China to become an architect, from architect to photographer, from photographer to filmmaker, and from filmmaker to business owner. Here is the core idea. Opportunities don't come from luck. They come from range, multiple perspectives, multiple skills, and the courage to reinvent yourself. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step system that you can copy. Moving to China was the biggest reset of my life. It was for sure exciting, but it was also, to be honest, very hard. New culture, new language, new rules, and a new way of thinking. But this is the important part. Challenge creates awareness. When everything is unfamiliar, you start seeing patterns, you start noticing details, and you start adapting. And adaptation is where opportunity hides. Possibility machine. 7 steps. And here is step number 1. Choose a direction, not a destination. Step 1 is simple, but still a lot of people get it wrong. Don't choose a perfect destination, choose a direction, because the destination is fragile, because it collapses when life changes. A direction is flexible, because it can survive when life changes. For example, when I moved to China, I didn't have a perfect 10-year plan. I had a direction. I wanted a bigger world. I wanted intensity. I wanted growth. And I wanted to fulfill the dream to visit this country. That direction created new space for me to appear in new versions. So here is what you do. You write 1 sentence. In the next 6 to 12 months, I'm moving into the direction of fill in the blank. Not the final destination, only the direction. Which leads me straight into number 2. Build 2 lenses. Build the extreme perspectives. Build at least 2 lenses that you look at life from different angles. Because if you only have 1 lens, you live very one-sided. I had 2 extremes early on. I had the military, which taught me discipline, structure, pressure, and reality. And then on the other side, I had theology, which taught me meaning, ethics, belief, and inner direction. And that combination becomes so powerful because it stops you from being blind. Military taught me execution, and theology taught me reflection. And when you combine these, you start to make better decisions. You act, but you also understand why you act. So here's a visual example. Lens A is the discipline, and lens B is the meaning. Equals higher clarity and higher action. So pick 2 lenses for yourself. 1 that makes you stronger and 1 that makes you wiser. Step 2, 2 lenses equals wider world. Which leads me straight into number 3, stack skills in a triangle. Craft, output, and engine. Step 3 is where opportunities start multiplying. So build a triangle of opportunities. So most people only build 1 skill. But here's the truth. 1 skill makes you useful, but 3 skills make you unstoppable. For me, it was craft, architecture that taught me taste, structure, design thinking, output, photography and filmmaking that taught me storytelling and communication. Third one, the engine, the business that taught me how to monetize and to scale. If you want to create opportunity, don't just become good, become rare. And rare happens at intersection. So here's your triangle. First, what's your craft? Second, how do you show it publicly? And third, what's your engine? How does it become income or leverage? Which leads me straight into step 4. Ship small proof. Momentum is bigger than perfection. Most dreams die because they wait for perfect condition. But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. I didn't wake up as a filmmaker. I made small things. Short edits, tests, experiments. 1 piece of proof changes your brain. Suddenly you're not imagining anymore, you're building. Comment what you're trying to build and I'll tell you what small proof looks like for that. Step 4, proof, confidence, momentum. which leads me straight into number 5, which is one of my favorites. Change environment to change identity. Your environment is a silent teacher. China forced me to rebuild myself. In a new place, you can't rely on autopilot. Your old identity doesn't work anymore, and that's painful. But that is also freedom. Even if you can't move countries, you can still change environment. You can change new people. You can change new routines. You can change your neighborhoods. New communities, even a new desk setup makes a difference. And these things matter more than motivation. Make one environment change this week that will support your identity. Step 5, environment changes identity. Which leads me straight into number 6. Turn your life into a project. Your dream becomes a project. Step 6 is the dream builder move. Stop calling it a dream. Call it a project. Because projects are real. Projects have real outcomes. They have a deadline. They have constraints. They have outputs. Dreams stay emotional. Projects become executable. When I made films, when I built businesses, when I shifted careers, it was always a project. And that is why it moved forward. If you want my one-page dream to project template, post project in the comments, and I will share it with you in my next video. Step 6, turn dreams into projects. Which leads me straight into number 7, reinvent on purpose, the loop. And here is the loop. Explore, build, share, learn, and upgrade. And we do it again. Explore, build, share, learn, upgrade. Explore, you follow the curiosity. Build, you create small proof. Share, you publish and show to the world. Learn teaches you reality. Proof, you improve your skills and identity. Architect become photographer because I explored my visuals. Photographer became filmmaker because I explored stories. Filmmaker became business owner because I explored leverage. The thing is, I didn't abandon anything. I combined everything. And that is the possibility machine. Explore, build, share, learn, upgrade. If you want the truth, the most powerful thing isn't talent. It is the willingness to change. China gave me pressure, but also created possibility. Every version of myself created the next version. So if you're stuck, don't try to force just one path. Build range, build proof, and build projects. And then opportunities start to come to you. So what is one dream or one project that you've been putting off? Write it in the comment. Writing it out is your first small step. So if you found this useful, subscribe to Dream Build. So this channel is all about creative dreams and how to turn them into reality. And every week with actionable steps. So hit the bell notification to not miss any next guides. And next up is how to find time for your dream project even if you have a 9-to-5 job.